Okay, folks, as promised, bonus episode 34 of the Bibs Corner podcast coming out here. This was some spillover from my conversation with Reese. Like I said, we talked for like an hour and a half overall, and basically in this we started talking about Giannis, the potential for Giannis to leave, and his legacy. And of course, that bled into talking about what KD did and what LeBron did, how it affected their legacies, how going to Brooklyn might affect KD's legacy if he's able to win in Brooklyn, how going back to Cleveland affected LeBron's legacy. We started talking about those old Piston teams. We got into Ben Wallace, and like Ben Wallace being one of my favorite players of all time. Then somehow we got over into I think he had mentioned that Chauncey Billups was being looked at for the Pacers job, and we brought up the whole Steve Nash, Stephen A. Smith, white privilege thing. So then we got into that, and I think I eventually cut it off before we started talking about podcasts and stuff like that. But again, quality content. We probably could have talked for a very long time, so definitely check out this bonus content, and I'll drop that right after the ad.
So I would like Giannis to go. If he does leave, if he could go to a small market team, that'd be great. Like,
It's funny because a couple things. First, the Kevin Garnett was like the beginning of this whole wave. People say Kevin Garnett leaving Minnesota, making the big three, quote unquote, in Boston. The reason I was perfectly fine with that, didn't raise any flags for me. All those guys were at the back end of their prime. Like they were low 30s
I agree.
when it happened.
It's not the same. I agree.
It's not the same. Like you've ridden it out. You've given your best years to your team. You couldn't do it.
Also,
So now
it's
you're on your last legs. You got it now. It's now or never for you
right,
at this point.
right. Also, it's like these guys weren't free agents and decided to sign them. Like
Exactly.
the Minnesota Timberwolves literally had to push Kevin Garnett out the door. He wanted to stay.
He was crying. I remember him crying about it.
I remember. I mean, he had other options, which is crazy because on the podcast he said he could have joined the Lakers, but Kobe didn't return his call. Thank God. But yeah, I agree. I don't think that was necessarily the beginning because those guys were all at least 32.
Yeah, I think I can't think, was it Pierce was 32, KG was 33, and Allen was 34, something like that. Like they were all in their low 30s. Like they back in, I say your prime is like 27 to 32.
Yeah, they weren't in their primes.
Like this was it basically for them. So that didn't raise any alarms. That didn't cause any problems. What LeBron did was the worst possible scenario.
Yeah.
Leaving in free agency, so they don't get anything back. And then he was like 25 at the time, I think.
I think he was 25, really young.
Like 25, like not even in your prime yet. And then, like at first when Bosh said he was going to Miami to join Wade, I was like, cool, nice little tandem down in Miami. That's going to be fun. And then LeBron came. I was like, oh, man, these are three of the top 10
players.
Arguably top 5 type players in the league.
I think people forget how great Chris Bosh was. Like
Bosh was killing it in Toronto.
Bosh was a top 5 power forward in the league.
He was one of my favorite players.
I think, in my opinion, it went like, in any order. It went Duncan, Dirk, KG, and probably then Bosh.
Yeah.
Like, when that happened, I always tell people I didn't have a problem with LeBron leaving Cleveland. Like, Cleveland was ran terribly. They decided not to trade for Amari Stoudemire because they didn't want to give up J.J. Hickson. Like, I would leave too. But my issue was, like, the way they did it, because I knew the whole time he was going to Miami. I just had a feeling, especially after Chris Bosh signed there.
Man, I didn't think he was going to do it.
And then him and Dwayne Wade were discussing it like they wanted to play together. So wherever
Right.
Dwayne Wade decided to stay, I'm pretty sure that's where LeBron was going. I really would have liked to see. I mean, I'm not gonna say I would
I
have.
think I was fine with him going to New
I was
York.
thinking that. Yeah.
Like even like, it was a big market, but they had lost for so long. I didn't even look at them as a big market in that sense.
A lot of people forget that the Clippers were an option.
Right.
And to be honest, if LeBron had gone to the Clippers, they would have had Blake Griffin as well, because I think that that pick they got in the Blake Griffin trade, I mean in the Blake Griffin, the pick they chose Blake Griffin with came from a trade. I think it
Right.
came in the Baron Davis Mo Williams trade. I'm not sure, but the Bulls were an option. I
Yeah.
understand why he didn't go to the Bulls. Like, they already comparing you to Jordan. If you go there and not win enough championships,
Exactly.
it's over for you.
So I didn't consider them a real threat. I think for me, I thought it was going to be New York, or I can't remember who the other option was on the East.
Was it another option on the East? I can't.
I think it was. Was it Boston?
I don't think it was Boston.
No, I don't think it was Boston.
Well, actually, he was gonna. I saw it. Dwayne Wade had an interview on a podcast, and he said that him and LeBron were discussing going to Chicago, but they saw
Right.
Derrick Rose and said, "Well, there's only one ball. I don't think he really fits well." And thank God for that too, because we would have never got 2011 Derrick Rose. But yeah, I think the pinnacle was KD though. Like,
Oh, that's for me. That's 100% the
that was
worst.
that was way worse than what LeBron did.
Like LeBron made that slope slippery.
I tell people, I said what KD did is like, you can compare it to after 2004 if Kobe decided to sign with the Pistons.
Right.
Like that, I just couldn't understand anybody defending that. I did not have a problem with him leaving OKC at all.
Exactly. That's what it's, and that's why I think people get it confused. Like they think that because you're mad that you don't think they should have left. No, I'm cool with. I was cool with LeBron leaving. I was cool with KD leaving. It's where you go, who and what you do, why you go there is what the problem was.
Exactly.
For me, LeBron teaming up with two other top 10 players was weak.
Absolutely.
It told me that you're not. To me, that was initially I said, you know what, this is the end of it. He can never be the GOAT at this point.
I mean, he really ruined it in his performance
I
against
softened my
us.
stance on that. That confirmed. That's what my thing is now. So when it happened, I was like, he can't be the GOAT. He went and teamed up with his two biggest threats in the East. But then I softened on that point. But how he performed in that 2011 finals is my nail in his coffin.
Like, his championship in Cleveland made me say,
That brought him back
okay,
up.
he's in the top 3 if he's not 2. I don't, and his performances after that, I said, I don't care what happens. He's in the top 3 if he's not number 2. But
Right.
as far as the KD thing, I would have liked this. Oh man, should I say this? I would have liked to see him go to the Spurs, because I feel like he would have been a great fit with Popovich or the Washington Wizards.
I thought he was going to do Washington.
I think Washington would have been a really good fit. But when the rumors came about that he would go to Golden State, I'm like, that's not possible.
There was in my mind it was
I
unfathomable.
couldn't, I couldn't like imagine. I'm like, they can't do that, right? Like, they don't even have the cap space to do that, right? And when they
Exactly.
pulled it off, I said,
And we helped him
we
do it.
helped them do it by taking on, I love them to death, but we took on Harrison Barnes to help them do it. And Andrew Bogut.
Yeah.
Man, oh my goodness, I can't believe that.
But yeah, that was he. I don't. Nobody even. I don't think you can really even put him in the conversation. Nobody takes you seriously when you put him in the great
I
conversation.
can't.
Like
I
I've never seen him ranked.
just can't. I understand people say, hey, a championship is a championship, but some mean more.
And I think one of my favorite rappers, Sky Zoo, I think had a line where he said, "It ain't about the rings; it's about who you beat to get it." And you went and teamed up with your biggest
Your
rival,
biggest rival. And
the team that just broke your heart. You said, "All right, I lose. I'm on your side
and
now."
the thing is, he's not making it better for himself because he keeps talking about it, and he's making
And that's
he just like he went on. I can't remember whose podcast. No, was it a podcast? He went on and he was talking and he said, he didn't play with skilled players. I'm like, dog, come on, like.
Oh yeah. He's his mouth has made it even that much worse. Like the move was weak off top, but then you're talking big and putting down your teammates, like all that stuff. Like, come
And
on,
one of
man.
my biggest issues was he didn't start talking so big until he got to Golden State. We didn't see this in OKC.
Oh, exactly. He became a completely different player. Like he was one of my. I loved Kevin Durant in the early days. As soon as that decision was made, that was the end of Kevin Durant for me.
He's a great player, but those two championships, I
Don't mean
can't rake
anything.
him with the greats. I respect him for
Nah.
leaving and trying to do his own thing. I knew he would because people's opinions get to him a lot.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think he's going to do it with the Nets. But
That's the only way he can save some type of face.
facts. If he does it there, then you know what? I'm still not going to count those two, but that one that you have will mean a lot.
Exactly. Like now we can talk. I'm not trying to. I don't want to hear Kevin Durant in that conversation right now. But if he gets one with the Nets, then we can start to talk about Kevin Durant.
And a lot of my
Greatness.
friends are Kevin Durant fans, and they said, "All right, but it's not like he just went there and wrote the coattails. He contributed. Duh, he's Kevin Durant. He's gonna contribute."
Nobody questioned whether he could
But the
hoop.
thing is, he makes it so much easier on himself because you have the two greatest shooters of all time sitting on both wings.
Right. They have to guard you 1-on-1 or they're guaranteeing giving up a
Like
three.
people were saying, "Oh, Kevin Durant got a championship now, and he did it against LeBron. He's the best in the league." Like, are you on crack? No.
LeBron earned more for how he played in those series than Kevin Durant or Steph
Like,
did.
no, I can't. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that at all. Uh, but KD, I hope he redeems himself. I would like to see him do it, but as far as those championships go, it's a no from me, dog.
And here's the thing, and we kind of going along, so I want to close out soon. But here's the thing for me. I think this is the debate between being a great player and being. I mean, hold on. How do I want to say this? The definition of greatness.
Right.
I don't. It's not just how good you are at basketball.
I agree.
It's about the story, the legacy, how you did it. Like when I look at greatness, people talk, oh, Jordan got beat until Pippen came. Okay, he was averaging like 40, 50 points in some of those series. Like he gave a team with 6 Hall of Famers 60 points in the playoffs. Like don't just say he lost. Like it wasn't because of
Tell
him.
the whole story.
Right. Like LeBron, you could talk about what 6 finals losses. I only hold 2 of those against him.
Um, which I don't know.
I don't hold the first one against the Spurs
No, I don't
against
hold
him.
that one against him. But I will say he could at least got one game. But it,
He wasn't supposed to be there, in
he
my
wasn't
opinion.
supposed to be there. I don't know how that team made it. The East,
The fact that they got there is a stamp on his passport as a
yeah, the
greatness.
East wasn't great that year, but he did go through that Pistons team.
Right.
So, and that performance he gave against the Pistons is still one of the greatest playoff performances I've ever seen in my life.
Like that goes in his scrapbook when you're telling the story of LeBron James.
Absolutely.
He put the team on his back and got through that ridiculous Pistons team. They were designed. They beat them up. They did everything. They couldn't stop them. And then the Spurs could. So, and it's like you said, Iverson went and got his one against the
Right.
Lakers. It would have been great to see LeBron get his one, but he didn't. So that is what it is. I don't hold that one completely against him. Like if you're saying he lost, like I'm not gonna say that one
Right.
against me. The Mavs one is the biggest X on his passage to
I don't care
greatness.
what anyone says. You can never erase that. Like,
Not just because he lost, but because he was third in scoring
right.
on that team. He disappeared in multiple fourth quarters. And you can't do that and call yourself the GOAT, in my opinion. Michael Jordan never did it.
Never.
So that's the end of that for me.
I don't.
And then I want to say it was one of the ones against the Spurs.
2014.
Was it 14? Yeah. I hold that one against him too.
I would. Absolutely.
So those are the two I really hold against him when it comes to bad on his resume.
I will say, I've never shared this thought out loud. So this is the first time I'm really saying this, but when Kevin Durant went to the Warriors,
Okay.
the team did become overpowered. But in terms
Right.
of talent, before he joined, the Cavaliers had much more talent than the Warriors. I
Right.
would say because you had the best player in the league in LeBron James, you had one of the top point guards, and Kevin Love was a top 5 power forward in the league. The Warriors were a great team. Like they were put together as a great team. I would say when KD joined, the star power matched, but the Cavaliers still technically had no chance. But I'll hold 2017 against him because
17.
I'll still hold it against him because he had his big three. And a lot of people were saying, hey, the Cavaliers could still win. I wasn't. A lot of people weren't, but there was some. Everything after
Right.
that, 2018, 2019, I don't hold those against him. 2007, I don't hold against him at all. I think that's it. No, 2015. But his second best player was Matthew Dellavedova. I don't hold that against him.
Okay. I can get on board with that. But yeah, I think it is safe. I think it's fair to hold at least one of those Warriors ones against them. Not the last two with KD, but one of the other
Right.
ones. I'm fair. I'm fine with that. But yeah, again, greatness is about the story
Yeah,
for me.
it's a
You
difference. It's definitely a
you
difference.
water down your story if you want to join your rival. Like KD being able to knock off Steph is better on his resume than joining him
Absolutely.
and winning a ring.
Because even though he won Finals MVP both times, we know whose team that really was.
Exactly. Like you went and joined something. You didn't
At
build
all.
that.
You went and joined and they had the greatest record in NBA history. And you slide in
Right.
arguably the second best player in the league and didn't lose anything.
And it's crazy because you go back to that other year, the year before, if they beat the Warriors, we're probably looking at a completely different league right now.
Absolutely. Because I think OKC would have had a chance against Cleveland.
Exactly. And nobody would be questioning his legacy if he'd
At
done that.
all. He would probably, I don't know if he'd be in the top 10, but I'm pretty sure some people will argue it. But
Yeah, and you wouldn't be able
you
to say
wouldn't
too
be able
much.
to
Like
say
they're
too
doing that
much.
with
Nope.
Steph. They're
I
doing it
mean,
with
to be
Steph.
honest, you can say that Steph is the second greatest point guard of all time, and you can't really put up an argument to say he's not, considering what he's done.
Right.
So, only thing on his resume is he doesn't have a Finals MVP. That's it.
And then so I don't know if you heard, but I'm trying to put together like a GOAT ranking, and I'm like going through all my criteria, trying to like weight different things.
Okay.
And so all that's going to be factored in. I'm working on it. I got to like I'm gonna do a whole episode breaking down how I did the criteria and stuff like that. So I'm excited about that because I am super biased, but I'm doing my best to make it to where my bias doesn't come into
Okay.
play.
I would like to see an unbiased GOAT ranking.
So it's gonna be fun because I kind of did. My first post on the website was Jordan versus LeBron, and I did a comparison of their teammates as unbiased as possible, and then I did a comparison of their finals opponent or their finals opponents and ranked them.
Yeah, that's another thing that people I think people are so obsessed with super teams now that they say, "Oh, Jordan didn't play anybody in the finals, like those weren't great teams."
Right.
I think the league is just
And so
different now. That's all.
that's what I sought to do in breaking that down. Like he played Charles Barkley when Charles Barkley was
Right.
MVP in the
He
finals.
played the
Like
Supersonics when they were like one of the best offensive teams in the league.
Karl Malone was the MVP, I think, both years,
Was it both years?
97 and
Didn't
98.
they? No, David Robinson didn't win one of those years. He won when Jordan wasn't there, right?
Yeah, I want to say it was 97 and 98. I want to say Karl Malone was the
I
MVP
think you're
both
right.
years. So, like, he wasn't playing against
At all.
scrubs at all. And then his team wasn't exactly loaded either. So I think I have to go back to the post. It's been like a couple years, but I think at the end of the day, LeBron did have the best opponent that he beat in the
Right.
finals, but his losses were the teams that were worse than teams that Jordan had faced in the finals, like the Spurs team in 14 and the Mavs. Like it's when you look at the people on the roster, people want to say he had the Mavs had multiple Hall of Famers, but those dudes were in their mid-30s. Like Dirk was the big key on that team.
Yeah, a lot of people try to rewrite the story of that team. Like, oh, they were a really great team. Like, come on, bro. Nobody outside of Mavericks fans expected us to do anything that year.
We were picked to lose every single
Every
round.
single
Like I
round.
remember, no matter what happened in the previous, we swept the Lakers. They still picked us to get beat by the
Like,
Thunder.
you can't fool me. Like, you're not going to be able to rewrite that history for me. I was there for it. Like, no one had
Exactly.
us beating that Heat team.
Right. You put any of those other guys on other teams that they don't do what we did.
Absolutely. Not even close. And a lot of the guys, most of our guys, like you said, were old. Sean Marion, Jason
Right.
Kidd was old as dirt.
Like even Dirk, I think was what
I think he was 34, 33, one of them.
33, 34. Like yeah, he was in his upper
Jason
30s.
Terry.
Terry wasn't no spring chicken.
I'm not sure how old Deshaun Stevenson was, but
It does. He couldn't. Well, he was. I mean, he was a glorified Pat Beverly type.
basically
We had Corey Brewer running
Corey
around.
Brewer, Tyson. I think Tyson was a little younger because he came out of high school. So
Yeah, I think he was maybe upper 20s.
yeah, that team wasn't you
Pager was old. Like we had a bunch of riffraff.
you're not gonna be able to get me with that. You can get someone else who wasn't watching basketball back then with that. You ain't getting me with that.
And that's why I think Dirk with one ring, that ring holds so much more weight than a lot of these.
So much. That's one of them. And I think someone recently mentioned it. Like, we're one of the few teams in history to win a championship with more just one superstar, all-star, really.
Yeah.
The only teams I can think about is our team and the 2004 Pistons, and that's it.
Right.
That's special.
So, I love that Pistons team.
I love that Pistons team. Ben Wallace is one of my favorite players of all time.
I just like looking at Ben Wallace
with the bush.
He just looked like that big afro, the like wristbands on his biceps. Like, come on,
if
man.
I'd have told you that a 6'7" center was going to handle Shaq in the finals, you'd have probably looked at me like I was crazy.
I love an underdog story.
Love it. I think they beat them 4-1.
It was ugly.
Yeah.
And I don't just to since we're talking about Ben Wallace, I think he owns a G League team right now.
Does he?
If I'm not mistaken, I don't remember which one it is, but I'm pretty sure he's like a G League.
I didn't know that. I know they need to put him in the Hall of Fame though, fast.
Man, Ben Wallace, one of my favorite players of all time.
I love players like that, like scrappy players. They don't do too much. They play their role. Nice defense, great defense.
Not a diva.
Marcus Smart is one of my favorite players in the league right now for that. I can do without the flopping, but everything else, one of my favorite players in the league for that reason.
Okay. He is part owner of the is he part owner or owner? I'm trying to find the Detroit G League team, the Grand Rapids Drive.
I never knew that. That's wild.
And he's like real busy in the G League.
Well, speaking of the Pistons, I heard while we were recording, I saw a notification pop up that the Pacers might be interested in Chauncey Billups as a head coach, which would be interesting.
Yeah. Billups is one of those guys they always talked about being a coach when he hung it up.
Yeah, and I don't think he has any coaching experience, so we won't have to hear about Stephen A. Smith preaching about white privilege.
Man, that made me so mad. That made me so mad.
Oh man, I said okay. I just brushed it off. Whatever.
Like, it's not privilege, man. It's nepotism. Like this is my buddy. I'm giving my buddy a job.
He's not freaking like.
And he's not the first ex-player to get that.
He's not Matthew Dellavedova, who's just getting a head coaching job out of nowhere. He's Steve Nash. Like,
right.
I just disagree with what he said. I don't get it, but
I couldn't even listen to it. I listened to like 10 seconds. I had to cut it off. I was like, I can't believe this
I
dude's
don't
doing
really
this.
watch First Take on TV anymore. I just watch the YouTube clips. So
I haven't watched ESPN since 2012.
Jesus,
Unless it's up a
I
game
envy
on.
you. I wish I haven't watched it since then, but
My teams won championships back-to-back years. Dallas in 2011,
Ravens in
the Ravens
2012.
in 2012.
Yeah.
And like just listening to how the people talk about those teams and the play, I was like, I can't do
Right.
this no more. Why am I listening to this crap?
I don't watch it much anymore anyway. I should have stopped sooner, but better late than never.
Yeah.
I can't deal with it, especially the talk shows.
I used to love Around the Horn. That was my show.
I used to love I used to watch Sports Nation, not necessarily for the sports, but the entertainment with Max Marcellus and who was the woman? I think she's with Fox Sports now. Clarissa Thompson. Clarissa Thompson. Yeah.
Okay.
I used to watch Sports Nation. And what's the show with the Dan Levitar show? That show. I used to watch that one too.
Yeah. I think I used to watch Mike and Mike.
Yeah, Mike and Mike. If I got up early enough, I would watch Mike and Mike.
Right. I would watch them like as I got ready for school or something like that.
But ESPN I'm done with ESPN. I just listen to podcasts now. I don't need the media TV personality, especially with Kendrick Perkins.
Man, look. I would go off on a tangent. Like we've already gone.
We gone real long.
But no, man, I definitely appreciate you coming on. As you can see, I could probably sit here and talk for hours.
Yeah, I can tell. We could definitely talk for hours. I appreciate you having me on. I'll come back. We can talk longer. Anytime down the road, all you gotta do is ask.
Most definitely.